name is Bill Landon or William Landon, and my wife's name is Sandy Landon. And we've been in business for about 7 years or 8 years. We started August 29th of 2015, and we're here today with you people. We're open on weekends, and we have music just about every weekend. We have the Frosties here, which is a cold drink kind of like a Dairy Queen, but with wine in it. And we have 10 selections of different wines, and all the wines are basically made here using our own grapes. We have a 10-acre place here, and about 7 acres is in grapes. And we have both white wine and red wine and all the combinations thereof of those. Come with me over to the winery and we will show our bottles and how we go about doing them in the winery itself. Basically, the communication and whatever else we do when we're riding around it, we pick up people that come to the vineyard, we tour the vineyard itself on the golf carts and go in the house once in a while to show them our 1675 house. This is an old milk room. This barn has stood since about 1710, and this is the new edition of it, which was built in 1840. That we're paid the taxes on, and we have to do that by law. And we have 10 different variations of the bottles. This is our signature wine. It's a blueberry wine. Our winemaker takes a special care to make this happen, and it's very delicious. It can be used for as a dessert drink, or it can be used over ice cream or any other thing that we can come up with. These are stainless steel tanks. They're all made in Italy, and we import them. We don't import them, but we bought them from an importer. And each of them holds about 300 gallons of wine. After we pick the grapes, we run them through a crusher destemmer, and that's outside. And then we run them through what we call a compressor or wine squeezer. First is the harvest, and we use those plastic crates that are over here, and I may show you. And normally we pick about 400 crates of grapes, and that's probably about 10 ton of grapes. This year we had a late frost that killed off more than 90% of our crop, so it's not that good that way. But we had a minimal crop of maybe 40 or 50 baskets. What happens basically, first we pick them with the white baskets, and we bring them over here. We dump them into the destemmer. If it's red grapes, we let them now sit in one of these red big vats or one of these white vats for about 2 or 3 days. We use monosodium sulfate just a little bit to clean the thing before we put the grapes in. Then put the yeast and whatever else it needs to make it ferment. Basically, when we're open, people come into the tasting room, they sit down here or they stand up at the counter, similar to what I'm going to do right now. And then they take, and we have a list here that's easy accessible right here, or we pass them out if they require it. And we look through, and then the first thing we do is a wine tasting if we want one. If we've been here before, most of the time we know what we want, and we'll buy a bottle of wine and either sit in here or go outside to one of those picnic benches out there. And basically, it's basically an outside operation all summer long. Allow people to bring dogs and cats and whatever else they want to bring here. And they're welcome to come and bring their whatever else they want to eat here. And we provide crackers and wine. People, when they come here, drink a whole bottle of wine before they go home with it. It's kind of like they stay and listen to the music and then go home. Now, a lot of times they will buy a case of wine if they're remote from the site. But if they're local, they'll just come in during the week and pop in and buy a bottle of wine. And that's how we do our business. I wish everybody would come here, and you're more than welcome. We invite everyone that's visualizing anything to do with wine or tasting wine to come here for sure. Okay, if you need a drink, you'll like our wine. I think we make the best wine ever.